Okay, we're back, and in this clip, we're going to take a look at how we can hopefully improve the quality of this solve by trying to bring down this error. Now, there are a few ways that we can actually do this, and the first method we're going to look at is a very manual method. We're basically going to try to find points that look bad, that just clearly don't seem to belong in our solve or in the incorrect positions, and we're going to try to delete them. Now, in a 3D view like this, it's actually quite easy to see which points are bad. Obviously, stuff that kind of sticks out here is bad. Something out here is very obviously bad. There's no part of him that should be out over here. And the color kind of helps us too. We can see the white is most likely part of the background. However, they've made it kind of difficult for us. You'll notice you can't actually select these points in a 3D view. If I go here into, actually, hold on, let me go here into, for example, even vertex. Fortunately, does not let me select. So I'm going to go back to node selection, and the way we can actually do this is through two views, or at least switching back and forth between the 2D and the 3D. So what I can do though is again make multiple views. I can actually come over here, and we're going to go ahead and split this horizontally, and we're going to go ahead and create a new viewer. So I'll create a new comp viewer here, and we'll just drag and drop this comp viewer over to here. And now you can see we have a 2D and a 3D. And when I select points here, you can see they will be highlighted over here. So let's see about trying to find some of those bad points. So notice that not every track is visible at every frame. So we might have to select at a variety of different frames. You could see, for example, at this frame here, none of those bad tracks, for example, over there actually show up. So you might have to do a little bit of kind of random guessing and kind of random selection. You can see it's not showing up there. You can try over here, not quite showing up there. I can also go back to an early frame like 0 or 1. Not showing up there. So obviously those are coming in later, probably when his face is kind of off to the side over here. Not there yet either. So it can take a little bit of time to actually pinpoint where they are. And you can see that here at frame 97, I obviously have pinpointed some of them. So now we of course have to kind of dig through here a bit and see if we can find them. So I'm just going to kind of select areas until I can again isolate where they are. It's not over there. It's not over there. So it's kind of not there. So it's actually not anywhere where I thought it was going to be, which I thought it was going to be towards the front here, but actually, you know, I'm wrong. It is somewhere here. So what we'll do is kind of just move the mouse around here till we find some of those points. There are a lot of them, so it can be a little frustrating, but we should hopefully find them soon. Let's take a look over here. So, I found one of them right here. So we'll go ahead and just select that and hit delete. It's going to take just a moment. It can be a little bit slow. Again, the more points that we actually have here, it can be a little slow with what seems like a fairly simple operation. So we'll give it just a moment to kind of snap out of that. But that's the basics of this. We're going to find these points and we're going to delete them. Now, just because this is taking a little bit of time because there are so many things it has to kind of solve through, I'm not going to go ahead and delete all of these right here on screen. So I'm going to do is probably pause, delete the last few of these. I'm going to try to get these three, maybe find this one as well, and we'll see what we have. Okay, so I've deleted some of those points, and for example, you could see some of them are a bit tedious to find. It doesn't look incorrect at all in this 2D view, but you can see this one that kind of sticks out here to the side is actually just right over here. And also, it was a little misleading. That really long kind of deletion process you saw just before I paused, I think what was happening is it was auto-saving right when I was hitting deleting, because you can see the others deleted a little bit quicker. So what we can do is, after deleting some of these points, we can attempt to actually resolve. Now, there's two ways we can do this, and I've heard kind of mixed opinions about this. We can actually completely resolve, which will delete the old solve and solve with just the points that are here now, or we can try updating the solve. And again, I've heard this both ways, that some people tell me that updating the solve works fine, use it. Other people have told me it's going to be incorrect, always resolve. I've kind of just gotten into the habit of just completely resolving most of the time. So that's what I'm going to continue doing. Maybe I'm a fool and should be using the update and save time, but I'll leave it up to you to try what you like. So we only deleted a few points, but I just want to see if maybe deleting those few has given us some improvement. Obviously, I could spend a lot more time and go through and catch some of these other ones as well. But let's see what we have. I'll go ahead and resolve this. You can see it's going to tell me right here that I need to resolve, or that it's going to reset and therefore resolve. We'll do that, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we're back, and you'll notice initially that the error has not gone down at all. It's still 1.89. However, it did actually go down a little bit. If you look at the per frame, it was 1.92. Actually, maybe it's gone up. Who knows? I actually don't remember exactly. I thought it was at 1.92, but either way, it has changed a little bit. However, we didn't really change very much. We pretty much removed just a few points. Ideally, we want to make a much larger scale change. There's a lot of error points in here. So what we're going to do is, rather than going through here and trying to manually select all of these, which is actually totally legitimate, and you could go through and do that and actually get very good results, we're going to take a look at a little bit more of an automatic method to try to start weeding out some of the bad tracks, so that maybe the ones we have to delete manually just the way we did can be reduced. Maybe it's just a few we have to find as opposed to dozens and dozens. So we'll take a look at those different automatic methods in the next clip.